So I want you to tell me how much odds you think they have of winning the award, right?
Got it. No problem.
All right. So, Paulo Banchero.
I'm gonna be honest. That's my rookie of the year, so I think he has the highest chance.
Your rookie of the year is Paulo?
Yeah.
Explain.
That's my rookie of the year. I just like his size. I like 6'9", 6'10" type players. I feel like he's gonna improve a lot as a playmaker throughout the season. I think he's gonna shoot pretty good from three. I think the game is gonna come real easy, real smooth to him to start the season. Actually, I think he's gonna start off pretty high.
Right. Okay. So no Chet, obviously, because
Yeah, he's out. Unfortunately, I would have loved to see Chet work with those other young guys in OKC. That would have been so fun to watch, but it's unfortunate.
What about Jabari Smith?
Jabari Smith. This is actually gonna be a tough race. I think he's gonna play well. Also, I don't know if he'll. I think he might have the Jalen Green type of rookie season.
So start off really slow in the first half, and then second half.
But then start off end it scorching hot. Just because I got high hopes for Jalen Green out that I mentioned him too. So Jabari Smith, yeah, I got a cold start. More so like an adjustment.
And I'm gonna say this right now: It's okay for rookies to develop.
Yes, it's okay. Alex had to kind of tell me about this last year. I kind of got spoiled for how good this talent has been the last few years in this league, where at the end of the day, this is their first year in the NBA, and it's always a huge adjustment from going to college to the NBA. I was feeling that way about, I think it was Jalen Green, right? Was it Jalen Green? It was Jalen Green. Like, he was just so bad to start off, but then he looked like a starter in the league, a easy starter in the league. So it is their first year, correct?
Because again, not everybody's Ja, not
everybody's
Luka,
Luka,
not everybody's Trae Young. Trae Young started off slow too, actually.
Yep.
But not everybody's dumb. Sometimes you have to go to growing pains. Look at Brandon Ingram. Because I remember when people called him a bust.
I remember that. I was a Brandon Ingram supporter from the beginning, but it was a lot of people thought he was a bust, and he's a late bloomer.
Yeah, he's a late bloomer. You saw that series against Phoenix?
Yeah, he played phenomenal. He had a phenomenal season. Not everybody's Dame. He was a great rookie.
He was a great rookie as well. Yeah. So here's an interesting name I want your opinion on. Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray?
Second rookie, yeah. Full pick.
So here's the thing with Keegan Murray. I think more so his problem might not even be him. I think his problem might be the coaching staff and the roster of this team. Who exactly are they running? What exactly is the rotations? Because they got a lot of talent in this team. And sometimes when you have a lot of talent, you kind of don't know how to rotate these players. So is he?
I think it's built like kind of like what's a good example? Like a hyper, like a kind of like a Siakam type of build.
That sounds about right.
He could play 3-5.
He could play 3-5. So how would he gel with Rashawn Holmes? Is the court going to be too
condensed?
Yeah, too condensed with him being there. De'Aaron Fox. If De'Aaron Fox is not shooting good from three, he's going to move more inside towards the paint. So it depends on how. I don't believe in Coach Brown at all, but it depends on how these players are going to be implemented to put him in a position to succeed.
Yeah, because honestly, like, okay, so I'm gonna just say a few rookies that I feel like aren't gonna have good rookie seasons. But not gonna say they're gonna have good rookies, but I feel like they're gonna struggle a bit. He's one of them.
Okay, I agree
because I feel like he's gonna be one of the players that's not gonna know what their role is to start off. I feel like one of the Thunder rookies, Jalen Williams or Ousmane, probably more so Ousmane because he's one of those ball handling type of rookies for France, but they have Josh Giddey that handles the ball, and
SGA,
and that's kind of all the. And Dyson Daniels, I don't know how he's gonna get implemented either for New Orleans.
See, that's a tough one. That's another situation with him as well, just like with Keegan Murray, is that the team has so much talent. Whereas, like, how do you implement them and put these guys in a position to succeed, as well as the role that they're given? Are they comfortable in that role?
All right, Jaden Ivey, how you feel about him?
I like him a lot. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of bias because of my team because of that, but I just think he's a great talent. I think this is okay. He's also in a similar position, but I feel like Detroit. I feel like everything is going great in Detroit right now, so I feel like he's going to be implemented perfectly. I feel like Cade is going to get him in the spots that he wants to be in. It sucks that Bagley got hurt.
They got hurt.
Yeah, but I just feel like he might be. I got him as one of the ones starting hot.
I got him even win rookie of the year actually.
Oh, you do?
That's
okay.
my rookie of the year.
Okay.
Yes. I was thinking Jabari Smith at first, but I'm like, I like the opportunities that Jalen Evans can have even more. Even though there are some other players that I feel like have a good chance, like Paolo's another one. Especially Paolo he's probably gonna have the keys. And
He's
like,
more than likely.
Like, yo, just do you to showcase talents. And I feel like a bit of a sleeper is, and this if I think he's not gonna start though, so he might not win it. But I can see him coming on late in the season. That's Mark Williams from Charlotte. But he is. But I know they're not gonna start him. What do you call it? To start the year, they're gonna start Plumlee, which especially with LaMelo Ball missing like the first I think I'm gonna say month of the year.
I think you're right. I think
that's fine.
He could be in a position where he could steal it though.
Right.
He could. I think he could be in a position where he could steal it, because I will be utterly shocked if they even go 20 games and he's not starting over Plumlee. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because Plumlee
he's just not good.
Mr. Plumlee.
Yeah, he's Plumlee.
He's
you know what I'm saying?
Very Mr. Plumlee.
He's Plumlee, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be very high on developing him. So I would say maybe 20 games in, he's a starter.
And one last sleeper I have is Benedict Mathurin, the guard from Indiana, because he again is a very similar situation to Paolo. He's really have to score.
Yeah, he's gonna be there to score. Who they got? Him and Chris Duarte, pretty much.
As a young guard, yeah, and Tyrese.
And Tyrese, but Tyrese is gonna put him in a position to succeed because he's a great playmaker. So I think he's another guy that's gonna start hot as well.
Okay, so your pick officially is Paolo Banchero.
Yeah,
for me, it's Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
So guard and a big. And hybrid. All right. So next up, 6 man of the year.
6 man of the year, I got Christian Wood. Winning Christian 6 man of the year. I heard
he's not starting this year.
Yeah,
right?
He's gonna come off the bench this year. So which is interesting move by Jason Kidd, but understandable because they're gonna start with McGee. And that's a great pick and roll big for Luka as well as great defense. Christian Wood coming off the bench now. I'm assuming he's gonna dominate right away because Christian Wood is a starter level player. He's also very consistent. I think he's going to average about 18 to 20. So I think he's going to still get his numbers,
right? Since
he's going to lead his own unit off the bench. I'm very confident in this pick. I got Christian Wood.
All right, so there's a few names I have. One of them, Kevin Love.
That's a very good pick.
Looked great last year. And honestly, since he's happy and because he's winning again, yeah, he's going to
his morale is high. The team morale is high. He's going to rebound hard. He's going to fight real hard for every possession.
Right, he's one of them. Hero's starting this year, is he?
I'm not 100% sure, but if he isn't starting, then he has to be in the top 3. He is the candidate to win that.
Yeah, because you're one of those 20 points per games off the bench. Because one of those high volume shooters.
I'm gonna say he's gonna come off the bench because the formula that they ran with him coming off the bench, it was a good formula. And they had Gabe Vincent, so I think that's perfectly fine. I think he's coming off the bench.
I'm gonna throw his name out there. Bigs don't tend to win this award, but Onyeka Okongwu came to mind as well
from Atlanta, right?
Yes,
he can win it. He's another player I see improving every year, and I see him play pretty well in the playoffs as well. So he would have to take a huge leap, but I definitely feel like that's someone in the radar.
But my pick is Jordan Poole again.
Got Jordan Poole, okay.
Because he did start for most of the year last year because Klay Thompson was injured and then he out the lineup. He's finally got a consistent 6-man role.
Right.
Coming off the bench.
Yeah, Jordan Poole's
he wants his money.
Really good pick.
He wants his money.
That's a very good incentive too.
He wants his money. So trust me, he's gonna perform.
Now he's gonna ball out.
Assuming he can shoot, by the way.
Yes, I'm assuming Jordan Poole's gonna average around north of 16 points a game. He probably averaged 20, or maybe he'll have 18 and then ascend it to 20 to end the season.
Right.
So I agree with Alex. I think he's gonna have a great season. I got Christian Wood as my 6th man of the year, but Jordan Poole's a great pick. Jordan Poole's a great pick.
It's a pool party.
Yep.
Let's get coach out the way. We got coach of the year.
Coach of the year, I got Budenholzer. The only reason why is because I think that they're gonna win probably 60 plus games.
I got Michael Malone.
You got Mike Malone, okay.
For the Nuggets, yes.
Gotcha.
Because I think they could be the one team, the best team in the league record wise.
That's a really good pick. Those are really good picks. I could see. Okay, I could see Budenholzer being in the running for it. Like he said, I could see Mike Malone. I could see the Memphis coach,
Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, I could see him being in the run for it. Steve Kerr, obviously, he's always going to be in the conversation. But yeah, I think those two. I think between Budenholzer, Taylor Jenkins, and Mike Malone, I think those are going to be the top three,
right,
for Coach of the Year this year. All those three teams, Bucks, Nuggets, and Grizzlies, I think they're going to play phenomenal this year.
Next up, let's go defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year.
Yes.
I think that this player is going to finally win the defensive player of the year that he should have won a couple years ago. I'm going to go with Ben Simmons.
Explain.
Ben Simmons, I think that his role in this team.
Okay. Oh, by the way, before you continue, so he's going to play enough for that to happen.
I think he's going to play enough for this to happen.
Okay.
Yes. I'm definitely taking into account him getting hurt or missing time for personal reasons or whatever. I think that's not going to be much of an issue this year, and he's going to play enough to qualify for the award, and I think he's going to win it. Now, in case people, I know it has been a while since people watched him play. This is a player who's 6'10". This is a player who could guard positions 1 through 5. He's one of the few players I could count on my hand who could guard any type of player in the league. Especially in this particular team, he's going to be asked to just lock down the opposing team's best defenders. That's all he's going to be asked to do, and I think he's going to play phenomenal at that. I think he's going to be dominant at it. He's going to make the Nets so much of an impact that it's going to make them rank up more as a defensive team. I think Ben Simmons is my choice.
Okay, I have a few names I'm going for. This is the biggest F of all time. But if he stays healthy, Anthony Davis.
If he stays healthy, he's definitely going to be in contention to win that award.
I have to bring up Rudy Gobert because he's always going to be in contention because of the defensive impact he brings in the regular season.
Of course.
For the paint. Got Bam Adebayo, who could guard positions 1 through 5. You got Benjamin Simmons.
Yep. Benjamin.
You got Benjamin, yeah.
You got Draymond.
You got Draymond, especially if he plays zones that year.
Mm-hmm.
But he was the finals last year. But I think that he actually wins it this year. Go Mikal Bridges.
Ooh, that will be. I'm gonna be honest. If I see like a player like Mikal, I think the last wing to win was what, Kawhi?
Kawhi.
Yeah.
Marcus Smart didn't win it last year though. He's a guard.
Yeah, he was a guard.
Since Gary Payne, right?
Yeah, since Gary Payne, Marcus Smart was the one to win since Gary Payne.
Listen, Mikal Bridges' wingspan is just alien-like.
Yeah, it's insane. I'll say this: if I'm gonna keep a close eye to that team if they win a lot of notable games, because I know most of the games when they win, the big games that they win is when he is really doing a great defensive job on the team's opposing players.
I remember the first time they played Golden State.
He did a great job on Steph.
On Phoenix, yeah. I mean, he did a great job. They pretty much told him, play defense, don't even worry about scoring. Just lock him up.
And that's the reason why I feel like Ben Simmons is going to win it, because I feel like the Nets is going to have that same thing with him. But Mikal Bridges, if they win a lot of games, a lot of notable games, and he's having defensive performances like that, he could definitely win that.
Right. All right, so most improved.
Most improved. I feel like this is the hardest one to me. There's a lot of guys I could pick on this.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even have a name top of my head right now. Currently.
Okay, so most improved last year was Ja, right?
Yes.
Last year was Ja.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this out. The person who usually was most improved is usually a first-time All-Star.
Really?
Usually, yes.
A first-time All-Star usually wins it?
Yes. So
interesting.
So who you got making the All-Star team that never made before and made that jump?
Okay. As soon as you said that, one name popped up immediately, and that was Ant-Man.
Anthony Edwards, okay.
Yeah, I could definitely see Anthony Edwards taking a huge leap, especially because he kind of has to, because they almost traded their whole team away for Rudy Gobert, because everything that Rudy Gobert brings to the table, he don't bring much points to the table. So he's gonna have to score some points. And Anthony Edwards is I could say already from what I see, he's an elite level scorer, where there's not really a guy that you could put on him. You just gotta kind of hope that he has a bad night, because if he's on, he's unstoppable. So I can see Anthony Edwards average about 25 points per game this season. And an average like that could definitely get him most improved player.
Right. And it's tricky because sometimes you can get it just by having more opportunity.
Yeah, he's gonna have the ball a lot in this team.
No, he is. Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly speaking, it's like, okay, do I think Mobley's gonna be All-Star this year? Probably not. And when he brings to the table, he's not someone who dominates on the stat sheet. He's someone like if you watch games, he knows impacts there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Mobley. I still think that's a good choice, but I think the only reason why he probably won't get it is because of Donovan Mitchell.
No, I was saying like I kind of want to say him, but at the same time, here's why I'm not picking him. I feel like if Lonzo Ball was healthy this year, I could pick him.
He would have been a great one. Yeah, if he was healthy, he would have been a great pick for Most Improved.
It's really, really tricky.
It is. I'm gonna say this. I think if Donovan Mitchell wasn't on the Cavs, I think he would have a good chance to win that because high usage with Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
So a lot of his scoring opportunities is gonna go down. His impact is gonna stay the same. Like you said, he's definitely a player where you have to watch him to see how special he is. But I think with Donovan Mitchell, it kind of took him out of contention.
Right. I'm like, because given like the, I guess the stipulation, I might go with Anthony Edwards as well. But there's players that I feel like might have a way better season.
All right, let's think. Okay, so Ant-Man is a candidate. Scotty Barnes.
I forgot about him entirely. I don't know why.
Cade Cunningham, right? Cade Cunningham could get it.
Oh yeah, second year. I always forget second year players can win it. Then I just named three of them.
Yeah,
but second year players can win it, which I never understood that, to be honest.
Who else could win this? Zion could win it.
But because he approved of nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, it would be they would be writing him. They would be comparing it to his last season where he averaged like what 27.
Yes.
I'm gonna take him out.
Wait, average 40?
No, definitely not. I'm all right. I'm gonna take him out. Is it only first time All Stars? Only?
That's usually how it is. I'm not saying that's only. I'm saying that's usually how it is.
Because Jordan Poole could get. I kind of felt like he should have won it last year, but I feel like
Desmond Bane should have won it last year.
Or Desmond Bane, yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah, because
you know what, Desmond Bane. I'm going Desmond Bane.
You're going Desmond Bane.
Yes,
he could win that.
I think he might be also this year. And
Desmond Bane might if he does 50, 40, 90, and they're winning a lot of games, they're winning like 55 plus, and he's averaging 50, 40, 90.
Because you're gonna take into account someone else has scored the most. Jared Jackson could be there for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. He could definitely get. I think he's a player capable of averaging 50, 40, 90.
Yes, no.
Yeah, so if he could do that, he could definitely win that.
That's what he could do really well. He could shoot that ball.
He could shoot. Yeah, he can light it up.
That's
a very good pick.
And last, but certainly not least, I think we covered every other one for that.
Did we? We did Coach of the Year. We did Defensive Player of the Year. We did Six Man. We did Rookie of the Year.
We did, and what's what we just did.
Right.
So that's it, right?
So there's one more.
Okay, so last but not least, MVP.
We got the same guy.
We do got the same guy.
Yeah, we got the same guy. We got Luka.
We got Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like second place will be Joel Embiid again.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm a Joel Embiid fan, so it's gonna hurt me to see him come up short with another MVP.
But I think, because here's the thing, I think Luka. I'm not gonna say he's gonna go like a Westbrook and go average triple double, but I think he's gonna be pretty close to it.
He might.
Like he might average like 39 and 10.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say he might average a 30-point triple double. Yeah, right. He might average 30. And I think he's gonna shoot north of 33% from three this year.
30% isn't even good, by the way. But the reason why his percentage is low is because he takes all those.
So he shoots like 7 a game.
No, it's not just that. Not just that. It's those shots to take. Like he always trying to shoot somebody's face,
and he always trying to shoot like a bomb. He'll take like one almost.
He'll take a step back, half court.
Half court three a game.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, it could win though.
And now he'd be making them. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we're pretty much in the same wavelength with that.
Jokic, voter fatigue. Giannis, probably the same thing. You know, he could win a third one, but I don't know.
He could win a third one since he's not currently back to back at the moment.
Right. He could win a third one, but I don't know. I wouldn't want
Ja.
I'm about to say Ja could win it. That's hard. Oh my God.
Here's another one. If he's healthy, I think AD might be able to get one too.
Yeah, about to, yeah. If
he's healthy.
But I don't want to bet on that.
No. I wouldn't bet on it. I'm just mentioning it because I feel like he's gonna play great this year. But with Luka, I mean, again, these guys picked up Christian Wood. Their offseason was spectacular. Jason Kidd, he developed into an amazing coach. He puts these guys in a position to succeed. I think they're going to win 50-plus games this season. And Luka's going to be – I think he's going to be amazing this year.
All right. So that's our MVPs. And sorry to Joel Embiid.
I hope he wins it, but I'm going to roll with Luka on
Listen,
this one.
Listen, it's hard for me to root for the Saints because James Harden's there. But I love Joel Embiid. I really do.
I love him too.
And okay, let's play a game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna talk about championships now. Like who we think's window is open and closed right now.
You want to start with closed?
Yes.
Okay.
All right? So I'm just gonna name teams. You're gonna tell me if the window's open or closed.
No problem.
I guess I have to say them. Philadelphia.
Philly.
Cause I'm about to say, is it window ever open? No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to say this as objective as possible. So, me personally, I think it's closed, right? So you got what's left of James Harden. You really don't know. This is the year that's gonna show, okay, how much of him do you truly have left, right? Let's say you have the same James Harden that you traded for. So he's like an above average player, right? An above average. I wouldn't even consider him elite anymore. If he's the James Harden that he was last year, I don't even consider him an elite player anymore. Yeah, I don't. He's just like an above average starter. Like, do you? Am I stretching or?
No, you are stretching. He's not. Because last year was a bad player in Philly.
Okay. Oh, you think about? Well, you know what it is that he'll have some games, even as he was, where he'll have like about 8 to 9 to 10 assists. He'll have like decent games.
You know what has decent games too?
Mm-hmm.
Terrence Ross.
He does have decent games sometimes, once in a blue. So if this is the James Harden that you're getting, it's over. You're a second round team at best. Now, if he ascends to an elite level, you still might be a second round team at best. But
that's funny.
But you could. I mean, it's true because the second round you're playing a contender. You're
right.
more than likely playing a contender in the second round. So
you're playing teams better than you.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's say he ascends to an elite level, right? You could have a chance to get an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. I think that's their peak. You could probably get a couple, like 2 games or 3 in the conference finals. If Tyrese Maxey, he's another most improved player. Tyrese Maxey, if he could improve like the way Alex and I think he's going to, and James Harden is at an elite level this year, this could be a good ball club that could get an Eastern Conference Finals appearance. But still, we're talking championship window. It's closed. It's been closed. Like he said, I think before we started, was it even ever open? I don't really think so.
No, it was. The year Ben Simmons passed it to Batista and Atlanta.
Yeah, they were a good team that year.
That's about it. Because, excuse me, I don't care what anybody says. I don't think that team in 2019 that lost that quad on the buzzer beater was good.
Mm-hmm.
I will die on that grade.
I think they were a good team,
but again, the window is closed with the padlock on it. But those who used to be go to the lockers, right? Remember the master locks, right? That's on the wood right now. It's closed. They done.
You lock
they
in.
Suck.
You lock in. You throw the key in the roof.
Right. It's over. Okay, they don't suck, but in terms of
their contending peers, they kind of
where people feel like they should be, they suck. They're way below expectations, and
way below.
And when your coach is Doc Rivers, the match that the blown through one lead.
Yeah,
it's like
playoff Harden. Even if they had Houston Harden, and what is he gonna do in the playoffs? We already know what's gonna happen. He's gonna underperform like he's always have done. So, even
like it has. And as you want to be ever healthy in a playoff year, not really.
I think the only year he was healthy was that bubble year when Ben Simmons was up.
But Ben Simmons was also didn't matter. No. Because every year that he made the playoffs, something was wrong with him.
Something happened, yeah. And it's crazy. And like last year, like he was hurt, but he still played well. But
until Shaq broke his face.
Until his face got broken. Yes.
Until Shaq broke his face. And then the year before, even with a messed up, I think it was a fully torn meniscus or slightly torn?
Slightly torn meniscus.
Yeah, fully torn for sure would not play. But even then, he was cooking Atlanta.
Yeah, he was playing good. Just Ben Simmons.
Yeah. No, Ben Simmons and them blowing 26 points. So that's me handled that
too.
All right, so done with them. the Celtics.
I'm gonna say it's still open because
How open?
okay, it's open, but
It's cracked.
It's cracked. Yes, that's a very good.
It's cracked. Okay.
Now the reason why it's open is because let's say, and I'm gonna assume this is gonna happen since I think that little separation thing between Jaylen Brown and Tatum died because they made the finals. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if they didn't make the finals, this would be, I would say, like it's almost closed because I'm pretty sure they will be trying to think about, all right, maybe we got to trade these guys. Maybe we got to do this. Maybe
even though they're ready to trade.
I was thinking about that.
Jaylen Brown offseason though.
I was thinking about that. As soon as I started talking about that, I started remembering that they almost, but it was for Kevin Durant.
I don't care.
No. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I'm saying the only reason why that trade talk was open was because they were trying to trade for like a top 5 player in the league. But
a top 5 player in the league that your best player locked up and cooked in the process.
Exactly. It was stupid, but
okay, sure.
Since they made the finals, they're gonna keep them for a while. So they're gonna be contending for a couple years. And the way management is moving is they're always looking to improve the roster. It seems like they always make the right move via trade deadline or in the offseason. They're picking up the right free agents. It feels like, well, that's Brad Stevens. Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job in the front office, and Brown and Tatum seem to get better every year. And again, like I said, since they made the finals, I feel like those two are they're gonna be together for a while.
I'm gonna say slightly open as well.
Mm-hmm.
This team's too talented for me to say it's completely shut.
Yeah, it's too talented. It is.
Like, I'm not saying Philly doesn't have talent, but they actually are deep.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're deeper than Philly, and front office is always looking to make the roster better.
Right. So I probably say you got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Robert Williams. Assuming you got to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You got the greatest player performer of all time, Al Horford.
Mm-hmm.
You got the player of the year, Marcus Smart. You got Malcolm Brogdon. You got Derek White still. You were supposed to have Danilo Gallinari, but his knees,
But what I would say about the Gallinari is, again, that's front office's effort to improve. They lost the finals. We got to make this team better.
Right.
And that's what they tried to do.
Because even in the playoff run, they won those series against Miami and Milwaukee, respectively. Their signs were clearly there.
Yeah.
Even Brooklyn, too, the sweep against Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was a close sweep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You could make the argument that after Game 4, Brooklyn should have been up 3-1.
Yeah.
Easy could have.
Yeah, they could have easily not made the finals.
Right.
It wasn't easy. It was a tough road to get there, but they did it. They got there.
Of course, yeah.
They looked to improve the roster. That's my biggest thing, is that they looked to improve the roster. They didn't get blinded by that run and we're good enough. They're like, no, we got to make this team.
Certain other teams do.
Exactly. They're like, you know what? We got to make this team better. And that's what makes me have the window open with them.
Miami.
Ooh, their window's almost closed. Their window is but the door, it's almost like it's
like
right there.
Like you feel that little bit of wind from outside, but it's close to the point that's like
right. I could give it a little slight nudge and the door's fully closed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how close it is to being closed, because one, Jimmy Butler's in his 30s, correct?
Yes.
Right, Jimmy Butler's in his 30s. The usage that you got him on, especially in the playoffs, he is not going to last very long. This man is fighting for his life in the playoffs, right?
Might want to consider low managing him.
Yep, you might want to consider low managing him, because the usage that you got that man on, it's like LeBron level usage on the playoffs. It's ridiculous.
He kind of always been like that, though.
He has, but it's like, how long is that going to last?
No.
Hero is getting better. That's true. 1. 2, you did the thing with Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. That's good too. Those little things is the reason why.
Hopefully they do get better, because in the playoffs they were kind of
exactly. That's those guys are the reasons why I didn't fully close the door. Bam Adebayo feels like he's in a position where he's stuck at the current level he's at.
My theory with Bam is a mental thing.
Yeah, it definitely is a mental thing. It definitely is mental.
Because it's not like that he doesn't have the talent.
Right.
He has a nice mid range. He can finish around the rim pretty well. He's not going to have the talent. He just doesn't want to do it.
Exactly.
That J Bud be ready to slap him at times, like, yo, score. Especially in the East Coast Finals, they could have used that.
They could have used him very badly. So, yeah, it is. You know what? I agree. It is a mental thing. It is a mental thing. It also, again, it also feels like if I look at Bam Adebayo today, and I look at him from today and the last 3 years, I think he's the same exact player.
Right.
Now, He's a great player. He's a great player. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm not saying he's bad or anything like that. What I'm saying is that in the last 3 years, he has not improved. So he's kind of there's players like that. Like I could give you an example of another player, Miles Turner. He's been the same exact player. You know what I'm saying? He's been the same exact player. I have not seen a difference of Miles Turner since he got drafted till today. I have not seen a difference. There's players like that. They reach a certain level and they stop at that level. Now, I'm agreeing with Alex. It is mental because I've seen Bam Adebayo dominate. Like, on both ends of the floor, dominate teams. I've seen it happen. But last year's playoffs, he just ain't having it.
Yeah, he had a Game 3 when Butler got hurt in Game 7 because he felt like he had to.
Right.
Mind you, 5 other games of the series, homie. Probably want to do that. I think it's more open than what I feel like it is.
Because, it might be.
Because I think the Miami Heat organization will always find ways to retool the roster and find people that play the YMCA and make them 10-point per game scorers and good role players. So
it is a good organization. That is a good point.
So I think it's open, but not that. I'm kind of like around the same as Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since you have one of the best coaches in the league. But again, Butler isn't getting younger.
He's not. And he's
Kyle Lowry isn't getting younger.
Nope. Is he going to be in shape this year? I don't know.
How many games played last year? 20?
Yeah.
So it's like, and you're asking a lot for players like Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, Victor Oladipo, and Dylan Peter Tucker. That sucks too. So it's like, again, I think it's still a little bit. Still like you have a few years left. But
yeah, it might be more. Yeah, they might have like a good 2 to 3 years.
But it's one of those things that's like, in a flash, it could just vanish
completely.
So we'll see with them. Yeah. I'm not sure. This next one is gonna be the quickest one of all time. The Milwaukee Bucks.
As long as Giannis is in that team, the window's wide open. The door's wide open. That's literally what I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as the Greek Freak is there in that roster, the window's automatically open.
Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, that's pretty much like I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one more team. I think that's kind of about it for the East contenders.
Okay.
Cleveland.
Ooh, that's a very interesting one. This is an exciting team. What I will say is the door. Definitely.
I have one more.
You got one more? Okay. All I'll say is it definitely got in a positive note. The door.
Do you think it opened?
I don't. This is what I'm gonna say. Someone is knocking on the door. Okay. Someone is knocking on the door. Now, the door will open depending on what we see this year. Because at the end of the day, we're going based on our projections.
Right.
From what we see in the roster. We don't know how good this team is with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, we'll find out Wednesday.
Right, we're gonna find out.
Well, not Wednesday because only game 1 of 82, but you know.
Right, but from what we see from the team last year and them adding Donovan Mitchell to that, I feel like it's good enough for someone to be knocking on the door. I know what team you're gonna talk about next too.
Yeah.
You talking about Toronto?
No.
Ooh.
Brooklyn.
Oh. Wow, Brooklyn. Okay.
By the way, I think their window is open because I feel like they're sitting as finals appearance. By the way, Cleveland.
I think that's their ceiling too. That is definitely a talented enough roster where they should be expected to make the finals. Because if Donovan Mitchell was in Utah and he was making the playoffs and sometimes advancing around with that roster, with Utah, this roster, he should be looking to make the finals.
Right. Well, I think that's their ceiling to make the finals.
I agree with you.
And Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, their door is definitely more open than it ever was to me. I would say this is the best version of the team. This one and the team before and the one before they traded for Harden.
Right.
So the team before they traded for Harden and this year's team, those two teams are the best versions of the Brooklyn Nets, in my opinion. So I think their door definitely is more open.
No, they got pieces.
They got a team. This is a good roster.
Pieces. I think it's completely shut though.
You think it's complete? What? Because they got.
I think it's completely shut.
When you say it's completely shut, are you saying it because it's like they got to win this year?
No, I think it's done.
Or you just think it's
no? I think it's GG's. I think your best chance was last year. Then you have all the things of like, oh, Kyrie missed like half the season. Oh, James Harden. What is James Harden?
But I'll ask you this question: what if this roster stays intact for like 3 years?
Durant and Kyrie's only getting older.
They are only getting, and Durant has evolved into a kind of injury-prone kind of player. And Kyrie, when he's not having personal problems, he is injury-prone. I think a lot of people tend to forget this, that he does get injured a lot.
So it's like, at this point, I don't trust you. And seeing that your coach, I don't trust you. Like, I think you could make the argument that the window closed when Durant's toes on the line. And that,
I think that was their best chance to win the finals.
And that Game 7 against the Bucks.
I think the best chance to win the finals was that year.
No, it was. No, that's
because Kevin Durant was special that year.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the East got stronger now.
It did. But my thing is, like, because of your point is great points. They are only getting older. But I feel like because of the roster that they have now, I could see them going toe-to-toe in a playoff series with every team in the conference.
No, they have the talent to make it fun to watch.
Yeah.
But for them to actually do the thing called winning,
that's a different ballgame. Yeah.
With Ben Simmons, with Kyrie Irving, mind you, he hit the shot. He hit the shot to win the finals. By the way,
I said if he's there and he's on, he's a problem.
And if he's there, he's off. He's a problem.
He's a very big problem too. Yes.
Because not even big defense.
Well,
he's a defender, but
he doesn't. But I wouldn't say it's to the point where it's completely shut. Like, they definitely have a better opportunity to win a title than Philly, than I think than Cleveland. I think today, at this, to this date, I think they have a better chance of winning a championship than Cleveland. I think they have a better chance. I think that's it. I can't go over Miami just because of Jimmy Butler. I can't.
No, I think Jimmy Butler will solve them.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Because he's gonna average like 40, and I could confidently guarantee you that it will happen.
Yeah, and again, you losing your best player performer last year, and Bruce Brown doesn't bode well to me.
And it's
What's
not even.
You isn't bad for what you need, but it's like Bruce Brown was averaging 20.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna even Milwaukee. It's not even a discussion.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So on to the West. Phoenix.
Closed. It's closed. That the year that they made the finals was their chance. That was their
last year too.
And last year too. Yeah, you're right. And last year too. Now here's why. The year that they made the finals.
Do you really have to explain why?
I don't have to explain why. The West is the West.
Do you have to explain why? Listen. Yeah. Listen. The window's closed, and I have 27 reasons why it's closed.
Damn.
My lasting memory is you had a good game with Luka at halftime. But guess what? His team got better.
Yep.
Golden State won the finals. And they're not going anywhere despite what happened with Jim Green and Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers is back. Denver's back. Lakers might be back.
They might be, yeah.
You know those teams that you beat? Oh, Pelicans got better too, by the way. You know those teams that you beat in those years in the West? They got stronger.
A lot stronger.
Y'all got worse, especially Jay Carter won't even be there no more.
They did get worse as a basketball team. They did.
So no, it's clipped. It's over. You had your chance, and Luka had the same score as Ja in the Game 7.
Is that a team in the whole NBA that's probably like the most definitive closed window?
Yes.
Right?
At least I could see a world where Philly makes the finals because Joel Embiid goes Super Saiyan.
I could definitely see that too.
And same thing with Brooklyn. At least I could see a world where I'm wrong about their injury things, right?
And they're healthy and they're hot.
And they actually go to the finals. I could see those worlds.
I could see it.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I could see it.
Yeah, with Phoenix is like there's zero chance.
Like Phoenix, there is not a chance in hell that they're making the finals. I don't even think they make it past first round personally, but that's neither here nor
there.
They
might not in this conference.
But that's neither here nor there. The Warriors. Another very fast one. Do they have Steph Curry?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Their window is open, and that team, as long as that man is there.
Same thing with the Bucks.
Yeah. As long as he's there, that window's open.
It's just replacing Giannis Steph Curry.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The Grizzlies.
Oh, their window is wide open. Young team. Ja Morant's only going to get better every year. I mean, their core players are young. So they're going to be in contention for the West. I could see for the next, like, at least 5 to 7 years. If they keep Ja, it's not no if. They're going to give him the keys to the city.
Right.
They're going to keep Ja. They keep Desmond Bain there. They keep Jared Jackson there. They keep those dudes there. They're gonna be a contending team in the West for like at least 3 to 4 years. So their window to me is wide open.
I mean, just like I say, you got John Morant, right? You got this band, like I said earlier, and the only slight concern I have is Steve Adams to your starting center.
Yeah, but I feel like that's because they've shown where they could just be like, you know what, we're gonna just switch to small ball,
right?
And they easily do it. So I don't think it's much of an issue. I feel like they could find a way to get around that because again, they could rotate to small ball easily,
right?
But their doors wide open. Their best players are young players, and they're getting better every year. John Morant's already an All-NBA first team level. He's literally he's at the literally almost opened the door to being a superstar already. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Clippers.
So they're in the who was the team where I was saying the doors a little nudge closes the door?
Miami.
Yeah, so they're in that same position. Again, it's because their guys get hurt all the time, and they're only getting older as well. So, and it feels like this is it. This is it right here. This is probably their best team. They got John Wall. They know how to implement Luke Kennard in the team. Kawhi is back. Kawhi looks like he's in great shape. Paul George looks like he's in great shape. Zubac looks like he's the best he's ever been. I mean, Nick Batum, you only got little. I don't even know how much left you have of him.
Right. The fact,
you know what I'm saying?
The fact he's been playing good, the fact is actually crazy to me.
It's actually crazy to me too. So this is it, right? Like this year might be the one. If it's not this year, it's most without question. Next year is the last year for this group. So the end is here.
Yeah, no, that's how I feel about them too. This is the last year. I guess we're just gonna take them seriously, and I think it's just gonna depend on what happens.
Yeah.
Right. Like if it was in the West Conference Finals, and it's like a tough 7 games, and all right, well, they might still have one more chance.
Yeah, they might run it back. Yeah.
But if you have one of those Phoenix type losses from last year,
ooh, like a team stomps you or something like that, yeah, that's a problem.
Then no, it's a wrap. Like blow this. I'm not gonna say blow this team up, but you know what I mean. Like get your ticket sales, get your money, get your revenue. That's it. That's what you're good for nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Well, as much as I'm saying how close to the end it is, I will not be surprised if they win the championship this year. I will not be surprised. Now they are a contender.
They have a good team.
They have a good team. Yeah, they have a really good team.
But I feel like this is your last year.
I'm with you.
To actually do something.
I'm with you. This is it. This is their year. They have a great roster. Again, the players that they got, like even their role players, Reggie, like they're at the best versions of themselves. Norman Powell, like right. This team is stacked.
No, their team is really good. They have a lot of good wings, but they can shoot the basketball.
Yep.
But they have pretty good defenders too. It's just, are you actually put it to good use?
Exactly, because
win something out of it.
Because they got the recipes of a championship team. I mean, you got the role players who's gonna have big games when your stars are down. You got the stars, and your stars are are 3 and D. They two-way players, right? You got your playmaker. You got your big who he does what he can as a big. I mean, you have it all. You got your 6-man. You got your coach. They make the right adjustments. They make the right defensive adjustments. You have it all. You just gotta get to the dance and get it done. That's literally all they have to do. They have all the pieces to a championship.
Denver.
This is probably the hardest one. I kind of don't have. I have one answer where I want to say the door's closed, and then I have one answer where I want to say the door's open. I don't know.
Their door, to me, is how stable is Michael Porter doing himself.
Right, because I could see a position where they could be in Memphis's position, where they could be contending for the West for like the next 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Jokic, you got Porter, you got Murray. They ain't old.
They're not. No.
They're probably only gonna they're only gonna get better. Well, Murray and Jokic is only gonna get better. Porter, I don't know if he's I don't know. He's the injury prone one. Murray, the way Murray is, I respect him as a player. I know that he's gonna come and he's gonna do what he has to do
again
to compete.
Bubble Murray hit different, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing. I think that's the hardest team because again, I could be in a position where I could put them in the Clippers position in terms of closed doors, or I could put them in Memphis position where I'm saying the door's wide open and they could compete for the next 3 to 4 years. So that's the toughest team to me, in my opinion, to have a definitive answer. What I'm gonna say is the door is more closed than open.
I think the door's more open than closed because you still got Jokic at the end of the day. You got Jamal. Again, Jamal Murray, if his knee stays intact, you still got him, and you still got Aaron Gordon at the end of the day. Getting KCP helps a lot.
Yes.
And especially if Deshaun Bones, Highland, and Zeke Naji do what they do, then you're gonna be just fine.
And those guys are gonna get better too.
It's just stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Stay healthy. I truly wish I would have seen what happened the year that they traded for Aaron Gordon and if Jamal Murray's still healthy. I truly wish I would have known what would have happened.
That's what if that lives rent free in your head.
That what if lives rent free in my head.
No.
I think about that team a lot.
No, I always wanted to. Like, yo, they have one.
That's what I said, because I'll never forget it. The stretch when they traded for Aaron Gordon, when that team was playing, they couldn't lose. I was terrified that time. I'm like, are they going to win the championship? Because this team just seems too perfect. So that team will definitely live rent free in my head. But they can do it. Like they can. It's just they have to stay healthy.
Right. Dallas.
As long as Luka Doncic is in that organization, their window's open.
Nah, they would have just got open to me after last year.
Yeah.
Them making the West Conference Finals says a lot.
Nah, it does say a lot. It says,
especially when you beat the hell out of somebody and take their soul, like if you're the Undertaker. And the game in front of their whole fans, their fans just sitting there like, what the hell happened?
I'm pretty sure they beat the favorite, right?
Yeah,
they were the favorites to come out the West. The Suns were the favorites to come out the West.
Do you not remember what people were saying about the Suns team?
Right. So,
and you were like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, I was totally confused by that. But yeah, if you can, that means that this team has the ability to come to. They could surprise you. Not surprise you, but they could beat whoever you got as a juggernaut. They can take them out. With Jason, it seems like Jason Kidd's gonna be there for a long time. Luka Doncic is gonna retire. Right. Luka Doncic is gonna always be there. This organization seems like they're a great organization, to be honest with you. When they're good as an organization, they're good for a while.
They can be good for a while.
So they always seem to want to make the roster better. And Luka Doncic,
you have Luka Doncic. You should want that.
Exactly. And Luka Doncic gets better at a scary rate.
So from the games, you start locking up players.
Listen,
you got nobody for.
He's definitely a transcendent player. So again, as long as he's there, and if the front office is doing what they're doing to support him, the door is literally wide open.
Yeah, and you got your teams. You got your teams like the Pelicans, your teams like the Blazers, your teams like the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I don't think the window opened for them at all, but they're fun.
They're fun to watch. I'll say this one thing too with the Luka thing. I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like his career is gonna go very similar or a little bit better than Dirk's, where I have no doubt in my mind that I know that he will one day win a championship.
No, when he retires, he will have a ring.
Yeah, I know he's gonna have, if it's only one, he's gonna have that 1 year where he won't be denied. And he's going to win one. I know it. I know it for a fact.
I'll say this though. He's gonna be crazy to look at number 77 in the Raptors.
That's gonna be insane to look at. Yeah, number 77 in the Raptors.
Number 77 in the Raptors. You already know. But yeah, those like other like tier below teams that I feel like it could be fun to watch, like New Orleans, the Portlands,
they're fun to watch.
I said another team. I forgot what it was. Minnesota. Yeah, they're not contenders.
They're not contenders to us.
I'm also gonna say one more team.
We have to mention them
because it feels like their ceiling can be that if a certain player would just go away. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so either.
And it's the Los Angeles Lakers.
Again, we've been saying this. It's literally a broken record, and it's not even at this point. It's not even a slight to the players. No shade or nothing like that. It's literally just a fit. If you were to take Russ out of this team, they are a contender. It's just literally a simple.
We saw Pat Riley try to go call for how he wasn't.
And he wasn't in it. I'm like, here we go.
He don't
ready.
Now Pat Riley was there, like, yo,
let's go. Let's talk. Like already. Like, come on. Like when he did that, LeBron was the first one to come to him. AD went. Russ is there. Like, come on, bro.
Yes, the person that is at bare minimum the second best player of all time Went to him.
He's like, all right, let's go, Pat Bev. He's listening to Pat Beverly. And we did say this was going to happen. I was like, if that's the thing, when LeBron truly respects another player, he'll do what he says.
Right.
And he got that respect for Pat Beverly. He like, I know his grind. I know what he wants. At the end of the day, I'm going to follow what he says. But again, Russ is in the sidelines. I mean, Russ is at the free throw line, ignoring them like if he don't see that.
Yo, you remember what Patrick said, right? They play with me.
They play with me. Yeah, I made the playoffs. They did it.
They play with me.
But yeah, again, it's not even a shade to Russ, nothing like that. It's literally just a fit. It just doesn't work. But if you insert him out of the roster,
is it really shade though? If you like directly target him,
but it is, but like I have no, like I'm not saying this. I have no animosity like in me when I'm saying this. I'm just truly saying the fit doesn't work. Yeah, like that's all I'm saying.
This since this move happened,
right? Exactly. That's all I'm saying. If you take him out, because okay, he has a lot of usage, right? He has a lot of usage. He's a point guard, so he's gonna have the ball a lot.
So much. He said it twice.
Right. So a lot of the offense is gonna be ran through him because he's a high usage point guard, right? He's a bad 3-point shooter. He's a bad free throw shooter. To have a point guard who can't shoot and put him with LeBron, if he's not Rondo, it's not gonna work.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's literally only Rondo. If you look at LeBron's career, his whole career,
Rondo made the playoffs.
Exactly. If you look at LeBron's career, he's always played with point guards when he's contending who can shoot. Always. He's always had it. The only one he won with,
if you want to be technical, the point guard he played with was himself.
That's true. He was point guard that year.
Yeah.
But the only but he used to have the floor with him and Rondo.
Right.
But that's the only one. But come on, that's a savant. Rondo's a savant. He's a basketball savant, so he's a genius. But you can't have LeBron with guys who can't shoot. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
And for that matter, again, throw the key away. It's another one. I think throw the key away situation. As long as he's still there.
As long as he's still
and he's not there, then I think
instant contender.
I think they can mess around and then they can come finals.
Yeah, they're instant contenders.
They could mess around and be that good. I think they could.
Yeah. They can.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. Because who wants him? I mean, there seems that Winston take his contract, but it's whether the newly signed extended GM Papalenko, whether he wants to trade him or not.
Exactly. So it's like again, and it's like I try to explain this in depth for the people, because if there's Russ fans watching, I'm not trying to disrespect the player. I'm just saying
I'm just making this current version of him. Yes,
I'm just saying that his skill set,
that's all time great now.
His skill set, his game doesn't gel with. AD's not really a knockdown shooter either, so it makes it harder to run the half court offense. It just doesn't work.
No, it's the floor is too condensed.
Yeah.
So I just have people going to run now, so that's good. All right, so that's the last team. So last team we'll talk about, day one. The two games being Philly at Boston and Lakers at Warriors.
It's here. So the first game, Philly and Boston. I'm gonna say Philly wins that game.
Philly wins that game. Okay.
This is their first game without Ime Udoka.
Right.
I'm pretty sure practice did not go very well. Right?
If that works smart, they'll be all right.
We'll see. I think I said this before. I think Philly's gonna be a lot better this year. I think James Harden is gonna be better this year. Tyrese Maxey, I think he's gonna play at an all-star level, and Joel is Joel.
Right.
So I think they come out with the W. I'm not saying they're like, oh, they're gonna stomp them.
No.
I'm just saying that they're gonna have a good game and they're gonna probably edge it out with a W. Joel and B probably get a couple dagger shots. Again, I would like to see the adjustments that Boston does. I just want to see the things that Boston does where I know Ime Udoka would have did it.
Right.
And it wasn't seen in that game. But that's what I think is gonna happen. Because
it's I'm going Philly was well because he was gonna say.
Yeah, so remember, this is their first time without him. Remember, he can't even be with the team. So they're not even practicing with him. So whose offense are they running?
But I said better go on Zoom.
Right. I don't even think you can do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you can't be associated with the team.
No, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. No.
Yeah, I don't even think they could do that. So, what offense are they running? What philosophy are they running? How are they? What defensive adjustments are they doing?
No, I can see a role with that Celtics team. It looks like how they looked. I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The year before they got Udoka, when they barely made the 7th seed.
Oh yeah, when they were in the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what to expect. This is not Ime Udoka's Celtics, so I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I got Philly on this one. I feel like Philly's gonna be one of those teams that start off real hot in the first half of the season.
I think so too.
And the second half of the season they're gonna like fizzle out. But I think Embiid's gonna dominate. Especially Robert Williams not playing this game, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, he is hurt. No Robert Williams.
Yeah, no. Joel Embiid is gonna have a field day with this
Joel Embiid for 31 and 11.
So for those gamblers out there, bet Joel Embiid props. He's gonna do his thing, and that's not much. That's what I really have to say to be honest.
Right.
And second game of that night, the Los Angeles Lakers visit the reigning defending undisputed champions, Golden State Warriors. Same game as last, except for the venues. They go to Chase Center instead of being in Staples Center.
I think this is going to be a very entertaining game as an NBA fan. But Golden State's raising the banner. They're not going down the banner night. It's not happening.
They did before.
They did before, but I just don't feel like this.
Remember that game where we found out who John Simmons was?
That's true. I remember that. We had the chase down block.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think Golden State edges this one out. They go in in a late game run in the fourth.
Right.
And they grab the W.
When they show you, and this is why we're the defending champions.
Pretty much. Jordan Poole, I say Jordan Poole goes on like a little 9-0 pool run and late in the fourth.
That would happen.
Yeah.
Draymond playing this game, right?
I believe so. He's resuming activities with the team today.
Oh, so yeah, he's gonna play. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So.
Golden State with the win.
Golden State wins. Lakers cover though.
What's the spread?
5.5.
Okay.
I think Lakers cover the spread. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think you're gonna see a rejuvenated LeBron James, a rejuvenated Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I agree.
I think those role players might.
I say Lonnie Walker has a good game.
I feel like the role players are gonna play really well, especially in a defensive heavy system. I think they're gonna give the Warriors, especially Steph Curry, doesn't really play the best when he plays the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I think Steph's not gonna do that much. He's gonna do him because it's hard to lock up Steph and Curry.
Yeah,
he don't get his, but I feel like they're gonna make it hard for him. I think Wiggins has a big night here.
I can see that happening.
Drops like a cool 26, 28 points. And kind of similar to last year, here's the dagger shot for them to.
Wiggins, it depends. If LeBron is checking him for most of the night, I don't think he's going to play. I don't think he's going to have that great of a night, but if LeBron's not checking him, then he's going to. I
feel like we're going to switch a lot.
They're probably going to switch a lot.
Yeah.
They're probably going to. Yeah. Wiggins probably throw switches off of him.
Yeah, I'll say but I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
I think it's going to be a really good game, but I think the Warriors going to edge it out. But it's going to have – I feel like it's going to be a game where Lakers fans could leave this game and be like, we might be all right.
Yeah. I agree with you.
We might be all right this year.
I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. But I think that's going to be the best game of the night to me.
Oh, the 2 games, yeah. No, I think that game could be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we come up with a win, but I don't think we will.
Listen, we do. I'm happy.
Listen, because we need everyone we can get.
We most certainly do.
But there we go.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm glad that the NBA is truly, truly, truly back. Preseason looks amazing, by the way. These players look like they're playing regular season games in the preseason.
Okay, speaking of preseason, I'm about to say it. I'm going to say this. I apologize, but I'm sorry I have to say this. I'm so to a G League team.
You know what's crazy? For some reason, I was on like DraftKings, and I was looking at that game. Yo, the odds was like plus 3,000 for them to win, bro.
The Suns?
That other team.
That's mad funny.
Yeah, and then they won.
It's plus 3,000. I heard mine.
Yeah, it was like plus 3,000 or something like that.
They started playing at 25 minutes, bro.
No, they were playing the fourth quarter. Devin Booker. They lost. It's preseason, though, but that's still
fun. I don't
funny.
care. You lost to a G League team. It's not the fact. Listen, it's not the fact you lost a preseason game because I don't care about that. You lost to a G League team, bro. They're players that are trying to be in your position.
That's true. There's a player, I think he dropped like almost 40 on them.
These are players that are trying to be in your position, bro. That's what they're trying to do. And they be done.
They hungry. That was the NBA Finals.
I don't care. And you NBA players.
That's true. And they were trying to win that game.
I know.
But preseason's been fun though. Preseason's been fun.
I'm sorry. I have to. That's something that had to be said.
Like the Warriors and not the Warriors, the Lakers and Timberwolves game.
You know something, yeah.
That game was pretty good too. Nas Reed was he had a lot of threes. They were playing like 25 plus minutes. So preseason was pretty entertaining this year. But yeah, we back. We'll be back here on Thursday. We're gonna be here every Thursday. We'll be reviewing the games. We'll be talking about, we'll be reviewing the notable games in our opinion, the best games. So even non-primetime games, we got League Pass, so we're gonna be watching everything.
You know.
But yeah,
please subscribe to Sports Dynasty and Mafia Sports Report. This has been episode 2 of Buckeforria, and we are out.
Peace. Take care. Enjoy.